Hi Aries, welcome to your December 2019 love reading. Thank you so much for tuning into Soul Embers. My name is Andrea. For those of you celebrating Christmas, I hope you have an amazing and wonderful and happy and safe Christmas with your family or your loved ones. Those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, I also hope you have a safe break. Take the time to rest, spend time with your loved ones, reset, refocus, and hit the ground running in 2020. I'll be drawing on the strongest message that Spirit wants me to deliver to those of you in most need of guidance, support, and clarity in your love life for December 2019. The message won't resonate with all of you, and if it doesn't, please don't force it to fit. I suggest you check out the information in the description box below on how you can go about finding a love reading that better fits with you at this time. There's also information in the description box on how I go about doing my readings, how energies can play out, what we mean when we say time is fluid, and also the disclaimer, which has important information about the content of the channel. For those of you that this message will really hit home and you definitely want to dig deeper, there is an extended reading to this reading, and that information on how you can go about purchasing that is in the description box below. Now, if you're really vibing with my style and you want to purchase a private or personal reading, that information can be found in the About Me section of the channel. So, let's jump into it, guys. Let's see what is going on in love, Aries. I've already meditated and shuffled the cards and cleansed them for you guys prior to recording. And I just had this... I kept on getting this feeling of I just don't know what to do anymore, this sense of, I just can't be bothered. So it seems like there's been quite a fight involved. You feel like you've done all you can, and you just, at this stage, you've kind of gone numb is what I'm feeling. There's just too many cards here, guys. I'm not taking all these. Yeah, you've just gone numb at the moment, and you're just feeling a little bit apathetic about it all. There's this sense of really not caring, but I know that deep down inside what I'm actually feeling is that it's a way of you processing the possibility of another failed attempt with this person that you're here for this reading for. So, it seems like there was some kind of offer that you have been thinking about presenting to your person, whether you're with them or you're without them, or you're currently separated. I'm not too sure yet. I'll have to further, channel the energies and look into the cards. But it seems like you were really thinking carefully about how to go about coming in and offering some sort of, I'm hearing solution, not even an offer, some sort of solution in respect to a kind of like a conflicted situation or conflicting situation that seems to be reoccurring. I keep on feeling like going around in circles, right? So, and you've really taken the time to think through what's worked and what hasn't worked in the past. The thought of what hasn't worked has really dragged you down. I feel like you've tried multiple different things and you keep on getting the same result. And so what you're faced with now is, do I really want to invest any more into this? Why am I constantly repeating the same type of cycle or the same type of behaviors or patterns? What about my patterns or behaviors is resulting in me getting the same type of results from my person? And what I'm hearing is, you know what, it is totally in your control. Maybe the approach that you've taken so far in what you have to offer and in response what you receive, you're expecting to receive a different result, when in actual fact, if that person's not ready to, level up in that aspect, or they're not quite mature enough, because I'm also feeling they might not be emotionally mature enough in a relationship way to be able to deliver what it is that you're trying to communicate to them. It doesn't matter which way you approach it. If they're not ready, they're not ready. So the action that you would have to take, you need a new perspective. And I feel like you're starting to come to terms with the fact that it doesn't matter what you do, they're just not seeing things from the same point of view. They're not on the same level or on the same wavelength at this time. They may have those intentions, they may want to, but somehow there's this lack of connection between what they're saying and what they're doing. So you know what? You've really now taken a step back, you're assessing this new approach, and you want things to be fair. Whatever decision you make and whatever you bring forward, as far as you're concerned, it needs to be a fair give and take. There needs to be equality in, the flow of this union, which I'm sensing there isn't at this stage. And what the universe is saying is they're really stepping in at this time, and they're standing between you. This is what I'm hearing. They're standing between you and the action you're about to take to really help you assess what part of yourself you're willing to sacrifice, even more so, before making an offer. I'm hearing that the perspective in this offer that you're thinking, this new take that you're thinking of going into, there may be a need to really think about whatever you're going to give or whatever you're going to offer, it's coming from a space because you want to give it. It's coming from within yourself that it makes you feel fulfilled. It's not coming from the space of, I will invest this, but what will you give back to me? Because you may find that you have the same result. So the universe is saying, we're going to stand in the middle now, and we're really going to make you see things very clearly. Very clearly, we're going to give you the clarity so that you can think about how much of yourself you're willing to invest without getting anything in return. And if, when you assess that and when you break it down in your thoughts, how does that make you feel? Do you feel fulfilled by what you're giving? And do you feel fulfilled in what you're receiving as far as how comfortable your person feels in giving what they're giving? Because that's what their capacity is at the moment. That's all they can give. They're on their own journey. They're walking their own path and they're learning at their own pace. And if it doesn't align with you, well, then you need to decide where you stand with that. Forcing someone to align with you just because that's where you're at or that's what suits you can sometimes be selfish, I guess. And I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. It's human nature. We give and we expect in return. But this is what the universe is saying. See it from a different perspective. It can be selfish. We need to respect where the other person is at on their journey. We need to face the reality, and we need to make decisions that make us feel comfortable in stepping forward, that we feel fulfilled with. That might mean that you guys need to go your separate ways for a time being, so that your person can continue learning on their journey and you can continue expanding on yours, where you don't feel held back and they don't feel pressured. So these are the messages I'm getting, guys. Hard and fast. I can't even stop to take a breath. Whew, okay. So this is a really good energy, because I feel that before you were like, that whole apathy and that whole, I don't know what to do. Now you've got some sort of idea, you've got some sort of enlightenment. You're going to start seeing things clearly. The universe is going to step in between you and whatever action you're going to take, so that you can really reassess and think about things in a realistic way, and to really focus on self and what emotionally fulfills you solo, okay? Whatever action you do take as a result of this, should you, decide to, let's say, pursue your person, or should you decide to really put action behind what I've just said and accepting your person and where they're at on their life stage, you will really you'll really step into a power of taking control, of passion. You'll really start to unblock a side of you that where there was apathy before, there is now a sense of determination, and there is a sense of drive, and that will make you so unbelievably attractive. You know that you're standing in your power, in your sexuality, with your passion, and you feel confident. You know, people will be drawn to that. You're going to start seeing people, all different type of people at work, you know, your friends. People will notice. They are going to start noticing, and they're going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to say to you, hey, you know, I've noticed that there's been a change in you. You know, you seem to be a lot happier, you know, and you may feel that the situation isn't ideal, but you feel empowered by, you know, facing reality and making decisions for your best interest, and not placing your happiness onto making someone else responsible for your happiness, is what I'm trying to say. Now, your person is, I think the reason why there is a sense of frustration that I'm feeling from your end is because your person's a little bit confused about what they want. That they may chop and change all the time. Today they want this, the next day they want that. They don't, you know, they say they're going to take action in one aspect of their life, and it might not have anything to do with the relationship. It might have to do with external things like work or family or whatever. And you notice that they can't quite follow through with their actions. And this does not appeal to you. You have been waiting for your person to stay focused on one particular thing and to follow through with it. And you've noticed that it's filtered through to every part of their life, that they can't no longer grasp the control and really ground themselves, because I feel like they might be a little bit up in the air, a little bit airy-fairy. They have all these dreams and aspirations and goals, but nothing is being manifested. And you're not particularly finding that attractive, to be honest, which is where the apathy comes in. However, I do feel that your person has a lot of love for you. You emotionally fulfill them. You bring to them an aspect which they lack. Okay? And that's a problem because of codependency. If they look to you for emotional fulfillment, it holds you back from expanding and from stepping into that power of being passionate and taking action and fulfilling your own life's purpose. But they truly see you as their sunshine. You bring them so much love, and you bring them so much light. You bring them so much hope. I feel like they may not have a lot of support from their family, yet from you, you're constantly uplifting them, which is absolutely beautiful, guys. But I'm feeling that it's running you on empty because you're not getting that kind of nurturing. There might be an age gap between the two of you. So the biggest challenge your person, is facing is that they're actually unable to, I feel, think clearly. They have difficulty in processing their emotions and their thoughts and delivering it in a way and communicating in a way that you understand. Communicating it in a way that is effective, that gets that message across to you. You know, they start a conversation and you're confused halfway through. And so the communication aspect is really difficult. And the result of the communication or the compromise usually leaves you feeling unsettled because you don't feel that you get where you want to get with it. This is putting a lot of pressure on your person because I think they can realize how far, how different you guys are as far as your emotional and your emotional growth is. And they're starting to become very scared of this gap between you guys. And they are considering whether or not they should just, they're afraid. They don't know whether they should just stop now. They're already so emotionally invested and they love you so much. They're afraid that, you know, you're going to wake up one morning and you're going to walk away from them because they're not able to offer you what it is that you need. And I'm feeling very sad as I'm saying that. I can feel how heartbreaking that is for them. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps you get some clarity at this stage. I will be going into the extended reading. If this message does resonate with you, I'm going to dig a lot deeper into the energies I've pulled out. I'll also pull out a few cards for advice on and guidance on how you can go about bridging this gap that you have between really stepping into your power and that need to have the reciprocation, focusing on self and how you can go about emotionally fulfilling yourself without that need of reciprocation, And I'll also go a little bit deeper into your person's energy and how they are going to go about, or what they're currently experiencing as far as walking away, the possibility of walking away due to fear. Anyhow, I'll leave it there. I hope you have an amazing and safe Christmas, guys.